Welcome to another installment of The World of Anthropology. Today we'll be discussing 3 questions. Who are we? Where did we come from? And how and why are we different? Come with me! First, we're going to talk about the first question, who we are. We are bipedal, unlike other organisms who are not. Being bipedal allows us the use of our hands. We can pick up nuts and other stuff. Well, he cannot. Hey, Bradley, come here. Pick up this bird feeder. He can't. He's not bipedal, and he's a dog. Being bipedal also allows us full range of motion with our shoulders. So we just throw stuff like spears and kill creatures like Bradley over there. And then that leads to more protein intake. We eat protein, build a bigger cortex, and we become smarter than Bradley because he has a little nubby cortex. And protein helps build the eye too. If we have larger whites of our eyes, we can express more emotion than other organisms. See that right there? Yeah. And then we can see more colors, like Bradley can see barely any colors at all. We can see other colors so we can detect predators and find fruits and nuts and all sorts of good stuff to eat. And we got a curved lumbar so we can support all our weight and run real nicely. And that is how we are different biologically. Next, I'll discuss how we're socially different. We have developed different forms of communication, bodies of government that other organisms are not capable of doing because they're stupid. They have a tiny cortex because we have sympathy and empathy, which they don't. Which gives us the ability to remember our dead and bury them, be respectful regarding the dead bodies.
Oh no, he's dead. What a shame. I'm gonna bury him and remember him.
We are also socially different because we can build things and create industry, such as watch this. Industry at its finest.
Ooh. Ah.
We can build things that we need to create in order to survive, like homes and guns and steel. And steel's important, and medicine and all sorts of stuff that rely on industry. People also had to learn to adapt faster in colder climates, which put them ahead of the others in the warm climates. Such as Europeans needed to adapt in order to survive, like create clothing and be able to hunt their large game, and that led to more crop production so they could support more population growth, and they could create niches in their society so they wouldn't have to hunt and gather all the time, so they could learn how to do other things like create guns, which they did do, and then they went over to the Inca civilization. Pizarro was like, hey man, I'm going to take you out, and he shot him in the face and they all died. And that is because they had to adapt in order to survive in the cold climates. Europe had more power, and it led to different cultures because they relied on different information. Because information can travel from east to west, but not north to south, due to many factors such as the climate, the soil, the day length, and the people there, because the information was not relevant to them, because along the line of the longitudinal line of 30 degrees north or south of the equator. All the day length and soil and that stuff is all the same, so all that information is relevant to all the people. But you go south or north of there, then the information doesn't matter anymore. And that gave Europe all the power because they had all the good information. All the people in like Africa who are eating millet and just bad stuff, they don't have anything. It's just worthless land. It doesn't matter. Now we're going to talk about where did we come from. There's a popular idea is religion. A lot of people believe in religion, and the common theme amongst religious myths are there was a void of nothingness, bright light and some energy, and then there was an almighty being that saved the people. The three most popular religions in the world are general Christianity, the Muslim faith, and Hinduism. It is believed in the Christian faith that God created earth in 7 days. Then he created Adam and Eve as the first people. And he sent his son down, Jesus Christ, to earth. Muslims believe that the earth and heavens arrived out of nothing, and they were together as one, and then they exploded apart, and then God made earth and heaven separate out of the smoke from the explosion. And then Hinduism states that before heaven and earth there was nothing but a big black vast ocean and a cobra swimming around, and inside the coils of the cobra Vishnu was sleeping. And he woke up one day, he was like, there's no earth here, that's a problem, I'm going to change it. Bam, makes earth.
Charles Darwin came along and he was like, hey, I found out that natural selection is the process in which organisms live and die on the earth. Because if you have some poor attributes,
Another organism has better attributes, and they're going to survive and you're going to die, and the organisms with better attributes mate, and that strengthens the organism. Then John Baptiste Lamarck came along. He's like, no, I think we just grow stuff when we need it. Like, if I want to eat these leaves, I'll just grow my neck real long, go and eat them. And then, if I want to fight someone, I'll just get a sword on my arm, chop them up. And then, human mutation also plays a key role in why we're still here and why others are not. Because our sinuses adapted to the changing oxygen levels in the planet, and we adapted to the Earth's, we accommodated the Earth's changes, and others did not, like Australopithecus and Homo erectus and the like. They all died. And yes. The last thing to answer the question about how and why are we different is our brain power and our cortex. We have a larger cortex than any other creature on the planet. Isn't that right? Yeah. And we have the ability to house sympathy and empathy, which gives us the ability to house any emotion in the world. And we have all of them. Unlike this guy over here, he doesn't have that. And we have things known as race, even though it's just different melanin levels in the skin, so it's not really a big thing. And then we got ethnicity and culture, which makes us different from each other, which makes it difficult to communicate because we have different dialects and different cultural customs in the earth that creates some friction sometimes, you could say. And that is how and why are we different. Thank you for joining me on this journey through anthropology. Hope to see you next time.